town girl moved to Delhi after 12 years. She moved to Delhi to do her diploma in aviation. She got she got hired in Kingfishers, then she left it, then she went to Etihad. It took her nearly 5 years after the 12 years, and after going through different aviation companies, to realize what she really wanted to do. It was dance that she really wanted to do. And when she realized that, she moved to USA for 4 months to get more into dancing and to learn more about it, more about her passion, and to get there really. After that, she moved to Mumbai, the city of dreams, and now she lives her dream every single day. We are talking about our everyday game changer, Jasleen, and she is going to join us today. And as I am talking about it, Jasleen, and towards the end, Jasleen, we are going to request Jasleen to show us some of her work as well. I hope that's not going to be a problem, Jasleen. So, Jasleen, you're finally here on the live. How are you?
I am good. I'm really good. Thank you so much, Tanya, for having me today. And hello, everyone, for whoever joins me today.
Justine, I have introduced a little bit about you. I've said given little information about you. Why don't you introduce us?
Okay, my name is Jasleen. I am from Madhya Pradesh, a small town, Damo. That's where I belong to. And that's where I born, raised. And then after 12th, I moved to Delhi for my aviation and diploma. Then because being small town, you wanna you have so much to prove. Like there is a big challenge. Like there's a lot of things at stake because there are a lot of people already saying about things. Okay, they're telling you all, they're giving you all the fears and all. So you have to once shut your ears to that, and they're just showing you. Okay, if you fail, there's a big lot of bunch already ready for you. Like you already kaha tha, I've told you, all those things. But at the end, you need to take call. It's your life. You need to just one thing, just believe what you really want and just know what it will take to be there. And then because just be mentally prepared that ye to hoga. So if you're ready to take that risk, just move out, like really be strong. At the end things will have to change according to you. The world is like too big and you're
Yeah,
very small, so you have your space in this world, so don't worry about if you will be accepted or not, because the world is too huge, and
yeah,
you will have your little space in it. So
absolutely.
yeah, thinking that, keeping in mind, having a lot of like कि नहीं करना है, उस टाइम तो बच्चे भी थे, like it was not that evolved कि oh my god माता पिता की इज्जत, ऐसा कुछ नहीं था दिमाग में. Even when people said no, I know what I wanted to do. Even in school I was very extrovert, sports minister and all that stuff. People knew about me, so I moved there. And then fortunately, with luck and hard work, I got selected in one airlines that got shut, we all know. And then I got job in another airline, so that was good. But honestly, there was a lot of like, because there was so much experienced crew, thoda sa I personally felt exploited because there was so much of people running around for jobs, especially in aviation, because one whole airline was shut.
Yeah.
Eventually picked it up, and even the airlines like realized, and then though the thing was ended very that thing ended very soon. So again I had that luxury of like, once you become, then all your struggle is like, it doesn't matter what you have done. Once you have reached the 10th step now, 100 step, 99 step won't matter at all.
Won't matter.
And then you will be very grateful of those 99 steps, because without those 99 steps you wouldn't have reached 100. So no matter
Absolutely.
whoever that was, so you appreciate those. You have the tendency to take it. Then you don't really care about the world. And then the best thing happened is I got selected in international airlines, and that was like the best thing happened. It was like my second best dream. Like when I think what how I see myself, what I want to become. Yeah,
Yeah.
that clarity I had from childhood only. Okay, I was like very sure कि ठीक है ये मुझे चाहिए, and then now I'll work for it. So air hostess was the second thing that I wanted to be.
Uh-huh.
मेरे साथ घर वालों में ये हुआ था फाइनली कि उन्होंने बोला कि this is how I joke about my acceptance in my
Yeah.
family. They were very supportive. It's just that they did not understand being from that kind of mindset. So it's very hard for me to explain them. So what happened was that what I share jokingly is I say that मम्मी like you know जब career decisions हो रहे थे ठीक है क्या बनना है मम्मी मेरे को dancer बनना है and नहीं मेरे को air hostess बनना है and they were like नहीं you know
Absolutely.
क्या है अकेले रहना there was so when I was growing up now in small town there was so many misconceptions about being an air hostess that
Yeah.
ऐसा लगता था कि बाप रे एयर होस्टिंग ना हो या कुछ और ही होगा आई डोंट वांट टू से दैट
Yeah.
बहुत मिसकंसेप्शंस जुड़े थे उस प्रोफेशन के
हाँ.
साथ बहुत सारे एंड व्हेन आई वाज देयर आई वाज लाइक ये तो बिल्कुल भी नहीं है so yeah, so it was really fun. And then I was like, नहीं मेरे को air बनना है. So keeping all that in mind, parents were like, नहीं. And then I was like, मेरे को dancer बनना है. And they were like, नहीं बेटा air hostess बन जाओ.
That was good to give them two options.
So yeah, so I think air hostess was more acceptable,
Yeah.
like than dancing. So I had the leverage to, ठीक है भैया. Like now, I don't have a third option for me. They wanted me to do CA and all, and I was like, I was like, अब से नहीं होगा. I also like I wanted to go something which is physically engaging and all. So yeah, then that was the story at my like that's when it started. And then
Uh-huh.
moving on, proving myself, and then a lot of calls I used to get from my town. Okay, now we also want to become. And I was like, जब मैं बन रही थी तब तो तुमने but I as I
It just
said,
opened the door for
once you reach there, you forget and then you
absolutely.
become humble and grateful if you have like really worked for it. And then I was like used to help take a ghanta
Yeah.
call proceeding chal rahi hai. It gives you also very confident about yourself like when the people look up to you, so it's a good thing. So I'm not boasting about it. I also felt good like sharing my experience and all, just to break that typical stereotype that I have like
Yeah.
then yeah Etihad में बहुत ऐश थी बहुत मजा आता था. And then I went to this auditions. Like I used to go वहाँ पे भी एरोसिस बन के भी अलग अलग कंट्रीज पे. I was like ठीक है यहाँ पे डांस स्टूडियो कौन सा है यहाँ पे
Huh.
like the dancing thing was still there.
Still
And
there.
I saw myself. I've achieved a lot. I have like been to a lot of countries. The San Francisco 10 बार हुआ है, Paris 5 बार हुआ है. अब क्या?
Correct. Yeah.
And once you have seen so much, once you have earned so much, once you have worn all the best clothes, stayed in the best of the places, and then you always, as a human being, as a person also, how I was, like, is small town say was too
Yeah.
small for me to content me in it. So even the world became like, ठीक है, ये तो क्या ही है types. And then I was like, then what? And then when I started, I really wanted to know what I really want. And then I used to go for dance classes. I was like, मेरे को यहाँ पे रुकना है. एलए
Yeah.
जब हम जाते थे लॉस एंजलिस का फ्लाइट लगता था मैं लगवा लगवा के लाइक दिस अ प्लेस वे यू कैन रिक्वेस्ट फ्लाइट्स आल्सो.
Okay.
तो मेरी
Okay.
रिक्वेस्ट फिक्स थी लॉस
अच्छा.
एंजलिस. व्हाई? बिकॉज दिस मिलेनियम डांस कॉम्प्लेक्स मेरे को वहां जाना है. जैसे ही
हाँ.
लैंड हुए मतलब एक दिन मिलता था. एंड दिस बिकॉज ऑफ द रूल्स ऑफ एयरलाइंस you need
Uh-huh.
to have 48 hours of rest if you're flying the US sector, like
Okay.
ऑपोजिट. तुम लोग को अच्छा खासा टाइम मिल जाता. वो बेस्ट फ्लाइट्स होते थे यूएसए की ट्रिप अगर मिल जाते थे. आई एम श्योर इफ सम ऑफ माय फ्रेंड इज जॉइनिंग मी फ्रॉम एयरलाइंस दे विल रिलेट टू व्हाट आई एम सेइंग. आई एम
Mm-hmm.
ट्राइंग टू मेक इट like is it like
Yeah. No,
is it
no,
too much
continue. I'm enjoying
aviation vocabulary?
the. Go for
You're
it.
getting what I'm saying,
Continue.
right? Like I don't want to get into aviation terms where you don't understand. So I'm trying to give you a background. Okay, ऐसा
Yeah.
होता है where you can request flights and where you can like stay. You have to stay for 48
Yeah.
hours and all. So एलएल जब भी होता था मैं
Mm-hmm.
सुबह निकल जाती थी and then I was in the studio till the day ends, come back, get ready for the flight and operate it. Like I was that crazy. So धीरे धीरे वो then I got so much of confidence that I was so strong कि मुझे ही करना है मतलब करना है.
Yeah.
And that's when, and then I gave audition in like So You Think You Can Dance, not the India wala, the international one. Not that I got selected and all, but still वहाँ का माहौल, वहाँ के like people were competing, the reality show, the dancers there. It kind of bring that old childhood dream that I was advocating for. And yeah, that got back. And I was like, ठीक है सब कर तो लिया है. और तब मुझे
Correct.
गलत फहमी हो गई थी कि ये सब तो मैं 2-3 महीने की मेहनत में कर लूंगी. And
अच्छा.
then I thought, let me take a 6 month ka gap and then quit flying for 6 months, get whatever these things happen, like get the skills and get everything. and then join back flying and then continue what I have learned and then continue flying. But मेरे से नहीं हुआ. Like
अच्छा.
I have then I took a decision. I quit flying, put my papers down. बट फिर फैमिली को ऐसा हो गया था यार ये क्या पागल हो गई है क्या लाइक यू नो दे रियली वांटेड मी टू गेट इट चेक्ड एंड ऑल बट आई डोंट blame them. I mean, from small town, they first supported me for being in. That was a big deal. I did not had any pressure or anything. They
Mm.
supported me. Fees for the institute was really high, so they helped
Mm.
me in that. Later on, that was like a game changed, and then that became. I proved myself enough as well. That मतलब
Yeah.
वो भी उन्होंने भरोसा किया मैंने तोड़ा भी नहीं. But
Mm.
this incident took a lot of belief away from me. And that was a big setback. I was like, oh my God, what's happening? Things around me changed.
Okay.
My friends
Mm.
changed. My family changed. Everybody changed. They were like, why? Like, even the dancers, like, who leave their everything for that, when they started questioning me, like, why did you leave flying for dancing? I was like, you are a
Mm.
dancer. Like, at least you understand why I left. So yeah, dancing is something that makes me feel alive, and that's what I
Mm.
want to. And it's good that I'm taking my own time to learn it, because once I know everything, I'll be bored again, and I don't want that, because dance is something you will never learn. Like if you will do, but then you will never like कभी suffice, कभी enough
Yeah.
होगा ही नहीं. So that's what I
Correct.
love about dancing.
That's true.
So there will be people, you will be somewhere. So if you've chosen dancing, so yeah, that was my journey. Like from that, how I took decisions and how things around me changed.
Mm.
And all of my friends, like I was like people used to invite me a lot, but then that changed. And then I
Mm.
did not have like, but still my family did support me. I was training in, okay, so I left my job, went in
Mm.
USA for 4 months. मेरे से नहीं हुआ. मुझे लगा कि नहीं, मुझे और ट्रेनिंग चाहिए है, जो मैं सीखना चाहती हूँ, जो मैं करना चाहती हूँ, इतने में तो नहीं होगा. Guys, I
नहीं.
must tell you, डांस दैट यू सी देखने में इजी लगता है, बट व्हेन यू रियली वांट टू अचीव दैट एक्सपर्टीज, it takes years and years and years of training. It's no less than a doctorate degree, because
Absolutely.
as doctors what they study is like ये नस कहाँ जा रही है, इसका ऐसे करेंगे तो क्या होगा, इसका वैसे करेंगे तो क्या होगा. सेम डांसिंग, मतलब
Mm-hmm.
there is a move, you will feel something with that move. Like if you
Right.
move a certain way, it will evoke a certain emotion in you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So that is like, I really don't have words to explain what why dancing. Like I just can't
Right.
answer that, because that is
Yeah.
living for me. That is me. That
It
is
is
like,
in your eyes right now. I can see how you're sparkling and glowing just while talking about it. अभी तो हमने डांस भी शुरू कर किया नहीं है करना, but just while talking, you are just glowing so much, and there's sparkle in your eyes. I absolutely love to see this passion in you. That's
that
beautiful.
happens.
Yeah, you've shared such a journey with us. You've shown how you had to show courage and make decisions time to time, stand up against community, culture, family, while they were supporting you, but still you had to stand up for yourself, go against them a few steps, and there were a lot of things changing. But you had a belief in yourself. You knew something, you knew what you wanted, and you knew that you have to go and get it. So you have shared with us that you had two dreams. One is definitely dancing, and the second was to fly international on an international flight. And you have done both of them, and right now you're pursuing and living every day your first dream, your most important dream of dancing. That was such a beautiful way of sharing your story, Jasleen, because I was totally engaged in whatever you were saying. That makes me think, Jasleen, there are definitely, you've already shared some challenges that you have faced, but still, what are the challenges that you're facing on everyday basis right now?
Okay, dance, I must tell you, is not an easy business. You have to go through a lot of stereotypes, stick to it.
Yeah.
You will, like एयर होस्टिंग में ऐसा होता है ना कि there's a career, there's a set कि तुमने किया ये किया है. Dance unfortunately has not achieved that structure yet.
Mm-hmm.
And if people like me end up taking some structured form, और ठीक है ये कोर्स कर लिया, ये जॉब कर लिया, डांस में ऐसा ऑनेस्टली नहीं है.
Mm,
अगर है तो a lot of section of the society cannot afford it. Why?
absolutely.
Because training in dance is expensive.
Mm,
And people who choose to dance, most of the people I've seen, they are like, the dancing community has like shifted in two parts. One is
Okay.
like trained and from very high class, coming from nice backgrounds and all. And there's another thing who are like, just dance करते करते मजा आया, फिर काम मिलने लगा इंडस्ट्री में मुंबई में, and then they started doing it and they are loving it, they're making their livelihood, and that happens. So
Correct.
for me, I have seen both the part of it. And to
Okay.
maintain the balance between both of these things is the biggest challenge.
Okay. Mm.
Like if I want to, I really think that I'm privileged that if I have to stop the earning part, I still have food. But there are a lot of sections of society, if they stop that and they invest in training, their bread and butter is gone.
Correct.
So one challenge for me, for others is this, and what my personal challenge is, because I started dancing बहुत late.
Mm-hmm.
So this happens, like, people younger than you with more energy than you, they are just doing it in front of you. So one is that psychological battle that I face every single day, and the second thing is doubting. I have to admit that
Mm.
even being so positive, even taking stand on it, but there is, as a human being, I'm accepting this in front, that there is this constant fight. Like, what if no, like, as a
Yeah.
whole, like, if I have to step 100, and in dancing, there's no shortcut to hard work.
Mm-hmm.
100 बार करना है वो स्टेप, मतलब 100 बार आपको करना ही पड़ेगा. अगर आपने 99 बार करके भी अगर आप रुक गए, then you won't be able to achieve.
Okay. So you've shared with us. Okay, I can see you. Okay, yeah, now you're good. Can you hear me now? Just see.
So my struggle is कि when I reach to that 20th time, मैंने एक बार किया, दो बार किया, तीन बार किया, with that to fight with that constant thing that's happening behind me, like, ठीक है, अभी body also get tired, right? When you're doing
Yes.
it number of times, 1, 2, 3, 4, you have done it 20 times, and now you're seeing like 80 times आगे अभी और करना है, and then
हाँ.
you be like, यार होगा कि कर भी पाएंगे कि 80 times नहीं कर पाएंगे, At 20,
Absolutely.
चलो ठीक है, you have stretched, you are positive, 25 बार कर लिया, चलो 30 बार कर लिया. But when you see that again, that is so much to, like, it takes so much to do. So
Mm-hmm.
that's, I think, to continue at the 31st time and the 30th, 32 time, 33 time. I think that's the biggest challenge for me
That is the
personally.
biggest. Mm.
Yeah.
So you're saying that the biggest challenge you are facing, first of all, you're acknowledging that you're privileged. You have that opportunity to train yourself and to continue dancing. Even if you stop working, you can sustain yourself through dance. So you feel privileged and acknowledge that. That is lovely to hear. And you are realizing that you are still facing some challenges for yourself. One, you feel that there are others out there with more energy, they're putting more energy in front of you because maybe of the age difference. And the second one is the self doubt that is coming before you, or something that is stopping you to go ahead for the 35th time or 36th time to just go ahead. So these are the few challenges that you're facing on everyday basis. So, Justine, what is it that you're doing to overcome this challenge? How do you overcome?
I don't want to be a preacher right now and say that I do this and this happens. Even when I know the ways to find it, adapt it, and make it my habit, I'm still learning. I'm still finding ways on how I can motivate myself. But I
Absolutely.
think the best so far, what I have discovered, is the music.
Music.
So if you're a
Mhm.
dancer, just keep listening to the music and you do what, because you haven't, then I remind myself that you are not dancing to do it 100 times. वो
Okay.
by the way होना चाहिए. You listening to music पता भी नहीं
Uh-huh.
चलेगा, बहुत लोग हो जाएगा.
Correct.
So you focus on your art
Hmm.
and forget about the counts.
Correct.
So sometime when I'm too tired, I'll just keep listening to the music. And back of the mind, I know that I have to practice that step. I will
Yeah.
leave that step there it is.
Mhm.
And then I will practice something which makes me feel good. Get back to me why I dance, understand that emotions, understand that movement, and then
Yeah.
come back to it again. And then
Yeah.
honestly, when you come back to it again, you'll have to start from one. Just saying.
Thank you.
So yeah, I mean, it does take a lot to be a dancer. Why
Mhm.
I'm realizing is because I'm not someone who is like a lot of industry dancers, lot of other dancers. They were given, they were good at it, and they were like, they got it. उसको सर ने ऐसे step सिखाया, उसने सीख लिया. So For me it was a journey to understand कि वो सर जो सब सिखा रहे हैं वो करना कैसे है.
अच्छा.
Like I'm not someone कि मेरे naturally आ रहा है. I'm finding ways every single day. I think that's what it makes me more not to like leave it and go.
Yeah,
It's
lovely.
very interesting how the realizations that you have every single day, you find your ways out. Like
Mm.
music, you listen to music and you want to move your body, right? That's why I chose to be a dancer. So I
Yeah.
stick to it. When things start to become a lot of complicated and things, I just try to simplify it. Come to the basic
Mm.
point. अच्छा ये क्या है? Why you
Correct.
started dancing? For the
Correct.
feel of it, right?
Mm.
चाहे वो
Yeah.
उस step के through हो, चाहे वो किसी और के through हो. So
Yeah.
that's how I'm trying to like keep up.
That is a beautiful thing that you've said, like how to overcome, because I know a lot of people and I face this challenge as well, of doubting myself or going for that one more time, just doing it for one more time. And feeling bogged down कि यार नहीं हो रहा है अभी कैसे करेंगे. So this is a beautiful idea to just stop thinking about the counts or what next, or stop thinking about the steps. Just reflect on why you started. Just reflect on what is the reason behind you have chosen to do, you've chosen to be in this field and do what you want to do. Just connect with your why and it will get you going. So
Yeah.
automatically you will get in tune with your passion again, and instead of like you said कि अपने आप होना चाहिए वो, like ऐसे it should not be because I have to do the counts. It should be while dancing, it just happens to be so. So yeah, so that is how it should be like. So you just continue doing what you're doing by reflecting on what you want, the reason why you started a particular thing, and it will help you to go ahead. And you might have to start from scratch one. You will go back to square one, so you will have to start from that. But that's all right because we can
You might
continue
get
with it
an
in
illusion,
basic
like
ways.
कि आपको illusion मिल सकता है कि अच्छा मैंने अभी मुझे दोबारा वन से स्टार्ट करना पड़ेगा अच्छा मुझे दोबारा बट यू फेल टू रियलाइज कि वो जो पिछली बार 21 बार किया है वो ही तुम्हें 35th टाइम तक लेके अभी तुम 21 पे नहीं रुकोगे एक
Correct.
बार रुकोगे दो बार रुकोगे बट डूइंग दैट 21 टाइम again and again will take you above that 21 when you will reach your 35. Know the journey is long, accept it. Like, you have the best part is for me that I have chosen it.
Hmm. The best
So
part for you that you've chosen it.
if
Hmm.
you I would say okay, take some time for yourself out and you choose. Otherwise people will choose for you. Like, they
Yeah.
will tell you क्या करना है, कैसे करना है, and which is good. If you don't have anything for you, जो भी कर रहे हो उसको मजे से करो.
Correct.
Otherwise, जिसमें मजा आ रहा है वो ढूंढ लो. So
Otherwise, you have to find out what you really like to do. Yeah. And there was also something interesting that you shared over there. वो पूरा, instead of looking at the bigger picture, just simplify it and look at the small part. इसमें क्या करना है? And then move ahead instead of looking at the whole thing. Because sometimes it can, overwhelm us कि अरे इतना सारा करना है. But when you simplify it, it becomes easier to take one step. That was very impactful. That was very helpful. So, Justine, at what point did you realize that there is a doubt, there is something that is stopping you to go for the 35th or 37th time? At what point did you realize this?
Hmm. एक तो when your body starts like to show okay ठीक है यार you're getting older and that's all the doubt starts coming when you think that you have given enough without realizing that what you think enough is not yet enough.
Training body and
Yeah.
training mind. Okay. Because
तो या
body will give you
realize
the
की कि
signal.
नहीं हो रहा है तब आई थिंक या कुछ रीजनल फैक्टर्स होते हैं जिनकी वजह से नहीं हो पा रहा होता लाइक बॉडी राइट. हाँ वो दैट इज द पॉइंट इफ दैट्स योर क्वेश्चन कि व्हाट एग्जैक्टली व्हेन आई फील कि अभी नहीं हो पा रहा है इज व्हेन माय बॉडी स्टार्ट्स टू गेट फटीग्ड एंड इट वांट्स टू लाइक बॉडी वांट्स रेस्ट या इसको नहीं चाहिए एंड ऑल सो
So
वो
you
तो
listen to your body. You make sure you are listening to your body so that your body and mind are in sync. Lovely. That is beautiful. Justine, what would you like to share with the audience? Let's begin where? What would you like to say?
Good question. Let's begin where. I think that's what the question everybody is looking for. And Tanya, thank you so much for actually making again. I think this is simplified. And you're like, okay, this is the question. If you have answered, then it might give you a lot of other answers also that you're so very good. Like let's begin where. That's where we fail. हमें पता ही
Yeah.
नहीं हमें शुरू कहाँ से करना है.
शुरू कहाँ से करना
So I
है?
think a very, very good and very precise question, I must say. And good that we are talking about it so that people can have their own views. I think it's by saying yes. Like,
By saying yes.
yeah, by first of all knowing, like थोड़ा सा time दो अपने आप को what you are liking, and then saying yes to it. Like believe in your instinct because we have that instinct in us. Like for me, I feel that because we are also human, we are slightly evolved, but at the end we are animals, yeah. So that animalistic instinct that we all have, like जब आग लगेगी सब लोग ये करेंगे ना, तो वो है अंदर है. बस
बिल्कुल.
उसको पहचानो और अगर किसी चीज के लिए इंस्टिंक्टिवली दिमाग में आता है, so say yes and then don't look. Like start by
Yes,
saying yes and then just go for it. I mean that's
exactly. Hmm. Start by
yeah,
saying yes and stay connected to your what was the word that you use? Animalistic disposition. Was
animalistic
it?
instinct.
Animalistic instinct. So yeah, stay tuned with your animalistic instinct, your childlike person that comes out. So stay connected to it and say yes to the things that really excite you. Because when we try multiple things, that is when we will in fact understand where our interest lies and what we want to continue with, right? At this point, I will just open up the space for audience. Audience, if you have any questions, you can ask us. And until the audience is asking us some questions, Justine, how about we do some dance steps? How about you teach us
I
some
can
steps?
never say no to that. And I so love it.
Lovely.
Okay, so we can
So,
definitely, can we start now or you want some take questions later, you said, right? So we can start now.
yeah, questions. Audience can ask us the questions, and we will get back to the questions after the dance, which is done. What do you think?
Maybe we get the questions like, अच्छा वो left leg था कि right leg था? I don't know. So we'll make it clear. So the one I'm wearing kada in
Mm-hmm.
is my right hand. The one I'm wearing finger in is my left hand. I
Okay.
hope that you'll be able to see it from a distance. So
Okay.
I'll get rid of the chair.
Okay. I will also have to dance.
I think if I move to a distance,
Yeah.
am I camera अच्छे से दूर से?
ये थोड़ा और short.
Okay, say yes. Let's begin here. If you
Yes,
have never
let's
done
start,
video or
Justine. Yes,
audio, so
I'm
say
so ready.
yes now and do this. Say yes.
Yes, Justine, let's go for it.
Okay. So I'll try to simplify it as we that you see how dance teaches everything what we spoke about is now
Yeah.
coming in my mind. Like
Okay.
I'll simplify it.
Yeah.
X is equals to RHS वो दिमाग में रखो बाकी
Okay.
प्रॉब्लम से तुम बड़ा दिख रहा है तो रहने दो
Okay.
तो I you can see my legs
थोड़ा सा दिख रहा है लाइक आपका फुट नहीं दिख रहा है वी कैन सी वी कैन
बस
सी
इट्स
योर
काइंड
एंकल
ऑफ फुटवर्क
या
फुटवर्क मेरा ऊपर बॉडी नहीं भी दिखे दिखना जरूरी है
ओके
दिख रहा है क्या I'll tilt
या
the camera we will have the suggestion of the audience if they can't see me they can definitely share right and we
यस
can like accommodate that accordingly right
या
so
and let me
let's
know
start.
if anyone in the audience comments that they are not able to see or
When
see.
I teach online, this is how I start
Okay.
by saying two things. So one is if you get great, if you do not get, you celebrate. So if
Okay.
you get the step, great. If you do not get, you just do your own thing. I want
Okay.
to see you dancing.
Okay.
Okay? This
Lovely.
is
I'm excited to speak.
yeah. And the second thing is raise your right hand. I'll
All is well. Okay.
so my right leg. Okay.
Okay.
With my right leg,
Yeah.
I'm gonna point it. Okay? I'm gonna point it. and I'm going to do it in control. Okay,
Okay.
control में करूँगी ताकि मैं उसको if I'm throwing it away, I won't be able to control it. If I'm
Okay.
placing it, I'm able to see this is throwing, okay,
Okay.
and this is throwing in a control. क्लास
Okay.
में नहीं है, आईडीटी का एग्जाम देना है, but still LHS should be equal to RHS. Okay,
LH is equal to RHS. Okay.
okay, simplify. So you just pick your leg, but make sure that you're picking it in control. You're not
Okay.
throwing it. So you
Okay.
just have to kick. So when you're kicking,
Okay.
tend to supporting leg. So one is working leg, one is
Okay.
supporting leg.
Okay.
The one which has a weight on is is supporting leg.
Yeah.
So your supporting leg, which is left leg, will eventually go behind.
Okay.
Yes. Right. Good. See? Easy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this. Okay. So
Okay.
if you practice this with right and left for a while, and then we'll get into like and the simple. So this is a step up breaker. So let's just practice this. So you go right and you kick left and right and
Okay.
change the weight. Put the weight on your right leg. Kick with
Okay.
your left leg and then come on your left leg
Okay.
and kick and kick and kick and kick and face and kick and you keep shifting the weight.
Okay.
Is it clear? Can we
Yeah.
see?
Yeah.
You kick. That's it.
And step.
Yes.
And kick and step. Yeah.
Kick, face, kick,
Yeah.
and face.
Yeah.
Okay? So
Yeah.
when you are kicking your leg like this, point, 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 and point, and point. It's a very fun step. It might take a while for you to get used to this. You can do
Yeah.
it anywhere. That's the best thing. You can
Yeah.
do it to your left, you can do it to your right, you can do it in front, you can do it with your right leg, start with your left leg. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
really change anything. So I'm going to
Okay.
play the music if that's fine.
Yeah.
This is the
Yeah,
first
please.
footwork,
Mm-hmm.
one more footwork, and then we combine the two. Is it fine?
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So the first
You
footwork
will
is
be teaching us the second footwork now as well, right?
yeah.
Now you are teaching us the second footwork, right?
So we're gonna practice this for a while, like just for a minute.
Okay.
Can we?
Okay.
That's fine.
I don't know how many people are doing. Audience, are you practicing with Jasleen? Are you trying to learn the footwork that Jasleen is teaching us? Jasleen, can you tell us on which song you're doing this so that people...
I'm doing it on Ritvi's Ka Jeet, but you
Ah,
can do it in any song.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Very inspiring song. Even their stories, right? They're so cool with their art, and they just
Yeah.
present it as it is, and it comes so beautifully out.
Hmm. So how about you show us in the entirety what it looks like and then you teach us the steps.
So you can just take a turn, we can change. So once you know the footwork, it's like this is how it's done. So footwork, this is the beauty of footwork. You just listen to
Yeah.
the music, get
You
the
made it
basic.
look so easy, Justly. You made it look so easy, but I tried and that was hard. The way you're talking, it looks like, oh, you're just walking, but no, it's not walking.
Yeah, it's not that complicated. Also, if I can do it, anyone can because I started as an on dancer,
Mm-hmm.
someone who loved it, and I just kept doing it, and it's
Yeah,
not
you're
that hard
passionate.
as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me share another step. You want to try this one? If not the first one, the second one. Give it a
So,
shot. Say yes. Come on, let's try. So it's called Pade Bure. It's called
Pure.
yeah. So you step with your right leg back, diagonally back. You
Okay.
step diagonally back. Okay.
Okay.
Once, okay, you step with your right, you bring your left together,
Okay.
and then you take a step with your right again. So,
Huh?
right,
What? Sorry. Okay, this goes back, this comes in the front, and this comes in the front. How? How are you doing this?
okay. Do you want me to face behind so that you can see it?
Okay.
So, diagonally back, my right goes diagonally back.
Yeah.
My left joins,
Yeah.
and the right comes in.
Yeah.
Is
Okay.
that clear?
Okay. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah. Yeah.
left, right,
Okay.
left, right, left, right,
Right.
left.
Right. Left. Right.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. You just celebrate it because sometimes it takes a while. It takes a while. That's absolutely fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the more you do it, the hundredth time that I was talking about,
Yeah.
that's when
Go.
you actually start to get the flow that I have gotten so far.
Yeah.
However, if you just do this, just to begin with, you can just do this. Like get used
Okay.
to this movement. Because maybe your body is not very, used to this movement. So it
Correct.
will be reluctant. थोड़ा नखरे दिखाएगी बॉडी स्टार्टिंग में
Okay.
लेकिन उसको बताओ बेटा सब्जियां खा रहे हो अच्छा होगा आगे चल के
Acha.
body always want chocolate okay you be the
Okay.
mother करेगी
Okay. So
so
that is another suggestion. Be the mother to your body.
yeah
Be
like
the
you
mother to
pamper it when
nurture
it's
it,
needed
tell it what is right, and give it the nutrition that it needs. So be the
yeah
mother to your body. What a choreographer, yeah. Like you are not only teaching us steps, but you're also giving us life lessons at the same time. That's a
I think
beautiful.
it's
It's like a WhatsApp package.
It is like that's what dance means to me. So that's why I cannot quit dancing because that gives life to me. All
Yeah.
the things that I had, I learned it through dancing. So सारे realization भी तो music पे dance करने के बाद ही आते हैं.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So yeah, be tough when it's needed and pamper it also.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Step is very easy. We will give it a shot. नहीं हुआ तो नहीं हुआ. मैं गाना बजाऊंगी. We will do the
Okay.
what in Maharashtra they call it Ganpati dance. Like
Done.
you just
That
dance with your mouth and that's
now
enough.
let's do it.
Okay, we'll give it a shot. आया तो आया, नहीं आया तो जेडी उसे
Done.
ज्वाइन कर सिखाती हूँ ये स्टेप धीरे धीरे. That's it, let's do this. And just 1 month, 2 months, all my students are still doing it. So it's not that big of a step also. It's just that
Okay.
their body is not used to it. आ जाएगा, easy है. चलो guys, who all are doing it? Can we see?
Yeah. I
Hands, who are doing this step? Who all are trying this?
We can't see who all are trying it. You can only see me. I'm the only student that you can see right now. And your the student can't jump properly because she has autoimmune disorder. But I am
I'll
trying.
speak one more time just to get used to this. So it's you can just do this also. Just slide your left leg back
Yeah,
and get
I
used to this.
just mean I got this step. It's just not I can't jump because of my knee issues. So I'm
Wait,
unable to jump. Yeah,
wait.
my knee can't take my body weight.
I'll just break it down. I'll just break down the step. So one is like you just slide back, and you
Yeah.
slide back, and you
Mm-hmm.
slide back, and you slide back.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
used to this. Okay, I'll break down the step. So this is one step. The other
Mm-hmm.
is you can just kick and kick
Cake. Yeah.
and kick and kick. Even if you're like even beginner than this, then just do this.
Yeah.
Just-
Lovely. Mm.
Actually, when you do it in music, it's really fun.
It is.
I'll do music. Let's
Absolutely.
just
I
do
saw
this.
you dance and it looked extremely easy and it looked extremely fun.
Um, right. So it's one and so first you start with this.
Mm-hmm.
Then second you start with like shifting the weight back. And then you can add the leg, like you can start kicking the other leg. So the first part, if you're practicing or if you plan to practice this, So the first is just the practice the weight shift,
Okay.
and the other is just practice sliding it back
Mm-hmm.
as you go. With
Okay.
the weight on it, slide it back. With the weight on it, slide it back.
Slide it
With the
back.
weight on it, slide it back.
Okay.
And then the last is you just kick it.
You just did.
You
Okay.
kick it. Steps look like this, and you can just keep moving with it, or you can run up the stairs,
Yeah.
or you can
Hmm.
just go back. You can just come. I'll just do it on the music. If somebody is trying or maybe want to try later on, they can do
Okay.
this step. And
Okay.
then
That's
after you did this, then not necessarily that you have to do it. Okay?
okay. Yeah, yeah. You can show us on the music.
You can just give it a shot. If not, then that's also is fine. It does take a lot of training. So
Yeah. I'm realizing it.
just do this if you cannot do anything.
I'm trying to sing.
And step.
The same thing again. Yeah.
Footwork. Very simple
That
also
was.
though. But
Yeah, that was not simple. Even though it looked simple, that was definitely not simple. That is not simple. I
okay,
tried. It's
I
not
agree.
simple. So you
Because
can
when
say
I
even
started ये तो 4 महीने
above,
में हो जाएगा.
yeah, four months are too long.
Like that's why when I started dancing, I was like, ये तो मैं कर लूंगी 4 महीने. वो गलत फहमी creeped in. And then
Yeah,
I realized नहीं भाई देखने में
it
time
will
लगता
take
है. Like देखने
absolutely.
में लगता है, but when you do it, when you get into body, to an
Yeah,
extent where you can feel it,
yeah,
to an extent where you can connect it with the music,
hmm,
and continue to do the same footwork with the right technicality.
yeah,
Yeah, like, पता नहीं बड़ा like there's a lot of like when I'm dancing and I'm doing this first step for like 15 minutes, 20 minutes in a row. I do that because I need to.
yeah.
So when you play the music and when you do these steps, if you cannot do it, just shift your weight. Just keep
Correct,
doing this. Listen to the music.
correct.
The
Body will
realizations
pick
you
up
will
the
have.
rhythm, right? Body will pick up
The
the rhythm of the
realizations that
music.
you will have
Hmm.
once you're connecting. Okay, sound is also energy, right? Like it
Hmm.
vibrates and all.
Yeah.
Let's just अभी अगर vibration ये हो रहा है and this is my hand, okay, so this is vibration, so with this vibrations this will also start vibrating, right?
Yes.
So if there is music around, now there is an
Hmm.
empty space, but if I play the music, there's music between us, right?
Yeah.
So
Mm.
there's music here, okay, I can visualize it, there's music, 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 music. Now it's your body capacity, how much you allow the music to be in,
Yes.
how sensitive you are towards it, ting,
Hmm.
ting, or like those things.
Yeah.
The more sensitive you are, the and this is also the life biggest lesson that music and dance has given me is it's there. You just need to allow. अगर अपना पात्र बड़ा करोगे, the
Hmm.
more you are like this, you like nothing will happen. Body
Hmm.
knows क्या चाहिए है, जो चाहिए है वो वहाँ पे है. It's just you have to allow yourself.
Just allow yourself.
And how you allow
Absolutely.
yourself is by saying yes. So that's how I simplify my life when it gets complicated.
Yeah.
That's why all I get this is from dancing.
It's amazing to see how you're connecting the way you see life with dancing. You are connecting how you find solutions in your life with dancing. You are connecting a lot of your life experiences with dancing. And I think this is what passion or living your passion truly means, like any and every aspect, like even while eating food, it is so easy to connect it with dancing because dance is your passion, so you can literally connect it with anything and everything. And I think
True.
I found a new definition for, or you can say, an example of what does passion feel like and look like. It is about connecting it into anything and everything. Like you can just, it's so, you made it seem so easy. That was amazing, Jasleen. Thank you so much for that. And now
Thank
I
you.
see why you said, let's begin where, let's begin by saying yes. Yes, by first connecting with our inner child, animalistic intuition, instinct, connecting with it, and then saying yes. That was beautiful, Justine. Thank you so much. How are you feeling after sharing your journey and showing us some footwork, some dance steps as well?
I like sharing dancing through like the passion that I have, because a lot of people who are, I think I'm blessed with this passion, and I think it's my responsibility to share it. Like, so
Yeah.
whenever I do that, I feel grateful that I have something to share.
Mhm.
So it kind of, when I'm sharing, it kind of helps me to tap into that gratitude. Not because, oh my God, I'm sharing, but at least I have enough to share. So, and since I've earned it, like after practicing it so much, so I have kind of a value to it. So when I'm giving it, I have that value also. I have that. So it always feels good to share, and
Mm.
it feels like okay, you have something to share, and it feels good. At the same time, you feel gratitude, you feel responsible, you feel more mature.
Mm.
You feel, thank you. It's good to share.
Yeah, you feel gratitude and you feel responsible to share dance with people because that is your passion. And in a way, you're not just sharing the dance, you're also sharing what it means like and feels like to be passionate and to continue doing what you have to do. Even if
Yeah.
in the beginning it seems difficult, even if in the beginning it means to, go against or pushing against your family or cultures for a bit because you believe in yourself and doing it for the right thing because you know that it is the right thing for you and it is not based on any cultural bias. So, yes, going ahead even when there are things stopping you because you believe in yourself. It is amazing. So, you are living through your passion and you are inspiring people on everyday basis, Justine. Thank you so much for being here with us on Let's Begin There series.
Thank you so much.
Thank
I
you.
hope everyone enjoyed as well. So please practice the moves. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Tanya,
I
for
am
having me.
going to
The
practice.
questions
I
that you
am
asked is
definitely
like
going to.
gave me another opportunity to like tap into those things. Very good questions, very nicely framed, and I think every one of us should ask those questions to us, and especially the one that's begin where. So once you have answered that, I think you're sorted. And if not,
Wow.
then definitely there are so many people who are professionally trained in. You are as well, Tanya, right? Like people can come
Yeah.
up to you, they can sort their head, talk with right people. And I really
Yeah.
appreciate these kind of things which are evolving these days, the careers, like these are like you are
Mm.
also trained, you know how the mind works, you have studied it, certain behaviors and all. So when I
Yeah.
fail to understand, because I have not spent my time, I was fortunate enough that I've spent my time enough and all. So I get like answers to dancing and stuff. There's a lot of people they don't. So it's a very good idea to go and seek who is like professional in it, and they're already so emotional. If you go with someone who is emotional, equally emotional, फिर वो ऐसे हो जाएगा. So you need to
Correct.
have someone who is professionally trained in and is practical about things. And then because why don't doctors tell you like आपके लिए खड़ा नहीं हुआ जा रहा, oh my god सिर दर्द हो रहा है, but doctor will be like ये क्या छोटी सी बात है, सिर दर्द ही तो हो रहा है. So for you
Yeah.
it's like that, you be practical and you give like a hard truth and all. So I think this is very important, a very good work as well for the people who do. I think people should invest in such things in
Yeah.
initial stage so that they have their head sorted. Once it's sorted, even the choreography and dancing again. So
Yes,
once you know what the
absolutely.
other person is doing, it's
Mhm.
easier to inculcate. Once it's clear in your head, the step or a move, it's easy to inculcate in the body. So you
Yeah.
will take an action once it's clear. Clarity of the minds and thoughts
Right.
are very important.
Very
And if you talk to
important.
someone, even if that person loves you the most, my mother loves me the most. But if I tell her that I want to take dance as my career, she will be like, nahi, kahin nahi jana. You getting my point? Like, it's not
Yeah.
about love or it's not about support. It's about talking to right people who will help
Absolutely.
you bring you out. Like, and that's what I think, Tanya, you're doing a wonderful job. Like, being that person who's not emotionally attached to you, but give you practical solution, being true on your face, because maybe friends doesn't want to be rude. So they will not say
Absolutely.
things that
Yeah.
I might not want to hear. But
Yeah.
is that good for me? No.
Mm.
I think that's where you come in picture, Tanya. Tanya, and thank you so much for being that person. And I'm so glad that this profession is evolving because
Yes. Mm.
this is it.
I,
This is
yeah, that is so sweet of you to share and mention over here, Jasleen. Thank you so much because you're absolutely right. This field is right now emerging and it is kind of the need of the hour as well. And more people need to invest in it. And I'm glad you
yes,
mentioned the word invest in it because you are investing in your growth. You get a return of this investment because it will reflect in your life, the way you conduct your life. Absolutely. And that is there with dance as well. Um,
indeed.
Definitely. Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing that, Justine. You've been such a sweetheart today.
Pleasure.
Okay,
Yes,
thank you.
pleasure.
And with that, we will be signing off our today's Let's Begin There series, the 11th episode, where we also got to dance, thanks to Jasleen. And head over to her page, guys, because she takes dance sessions online as well on Tuesdays and Thursdays, right? Yeah, so you can try out those as well and get in touch with her if you want to continue dancing. You've seen how easy she makes it look.
It's
Yeah.
5 days a week as well. So I've segregated in 2 days of dancing and 3 days for fitness. So you are
Hmm.
getting figure also, and then you're learning steps also. So
Steps also. That's
balance.
lovely. Yeah, wonderful. Thank you
Thank you
so
so much,
much,
Tanya,
Justine.
for having me.
Okay. Bye. I'll speak to you soon.
Yeah, sure. Bye.